Hi, I'm McNamara, and you might be thinking about attending one of my classes or retreats or doing one of my online programs, but you're not quite sure because you don't know who I am or if my personality and teaching style will be helpful for you. So I thought I'd introduce myself to you in this video. I live in Denver, Colorado, and I've been teaching meditation and consciousness exploration for over 10 years and practicing meditation in a serious way for half my life. But my spiritual pursuit started at a young age when I had a brush with death that really had me thinking about my own mortality. Now, as a child, I was brought up in a Catholic household, but I'm quite stubborn and inquisitive, so I wanted to find my own way, to make my own discoveries about reality, the mind, and life, and how to work with other people. In my 20s, I discovered Buddhism, and that's where I really started practicing meditation in a serious way, thinking that the meditation itself would give me access to information so that I could answer my own questions about life and spirituality. But one thing I found out along the way is that when you join an organization, a tradition, a religion, or a fixed group under a leader who has his or her own sets of beliefs, that you're taking on their beliefs, that you're taking on their prescriptions for how to live and how to think. And that really takes us away from our own individual growth that's really available to us the minute we're born, that we have our own unique journey. We have our own questions to answer. And so when we join a group, we end up just answering that group's questions instead of our own individual questions. Now that might be okay for some people, but if you're here watching this video now, you might be more of an independent-minded spiritual person, or someone who's just not willing to just surrender and do what everyone else is doing. You want to find your own answers in your own way. And that's the way I am these days. I eventually found out that there were a lot of other problems when you join a group or religion or a spiritual organization. And I'm really cautious about that now. When I teach with people, I want to empower them, I want to give them tools, but I don't want to tell them what to believe. And that's what you'll find in all my online programs and in the way I teach meditation in person, that I'm really giving people techniques and tools and sharing my personal experience along the way, both from when I was in an organization and when I was out of one, independent and making my own way. I'll share all my experience with you along the way, but not so that you do things my way, but so that you can learn the techniques and apply them to your life and to your own quest, so that you can make your discoveries in a way that really works for you, and that in a way that becomes truthful for you, in a way that you grew on your own and came into your own strength, into your own intelligence, into your own wisdom, and really found everything you were looking for. And maybe it won't happen as quickly as you wanted to. And I'm not about making false promises or guarantees either, because on the spiritual path, there are no guarantees whatsoever. And I'm not trying to sell you anything other than the information and the skills and the techniques that might be helpful for you to make those discoveries. And so that's why I teach people how to meditate, so that they can slow down their mind and let go of stress that's so common. And stress is really perhaps the biggest challenge for anyone's spiritual quest these days. And also to look within our mind, our deeper mind. So that's why I teach meditation. It's also why I teach people how to have an out-of-body experience or how to do astral projection, because it wasn't until I had my own first OBE or out-of-body experience when I was really free of that fear of death that had been haunting me most of my life. One out-of-body experience can clear away so much doubt and fear that it's really worthwhile to train for. For some people, if that's a question you have or something you want to solve, or if you just want to get rid of that fear, that's why I teach the out-of-body experience. I teach lucid dreaming because lucid dreaming is a way to have a lot of fun at night in the dream state, but it's a very helpful tool. It can help you with your own decision making. It can help you with talking to your subconscious mind, to your deeper nature, to access information in a non-ordinary style, in a very special way that gives you access that you can't get from ordinary daytime thinking. So lucid dreaming is a very powerful thing to do for yourself. Most of you probably know me from my work in telekinesis or psychokinesis, which is mind over matter. And in particular, I teach people how to move very small objects from a distance without using their hands, without doing any body movement, but just using their eyes and their attention. And I use the word energy a lot when I teach this, but it might be about something far more subtle than sending information across space and time. It might be purely about consciousness and the transfer of information. But the thing about telekinesis is that it's very meditative, and the object that we're trying to move, in fact, starts behaving like a biofeedback device. So this is a very powerful and direct way to meditate, But it's also pretty cool to know that we are connected to our world in a very direct way, in a way that we can observe, that we don't need complex scientific instruments to study this, that we can just take a piece of paper or tinfoil, put it under a glass cover so it's protected from the wind, pay attention to it in a certain way, and get it to move. And get it to move in a way that we know it's us moving it and not the random movement of the air inside the container. So telekinesis has a lot to offer people who are willing to put in the time to learn the techniques and be successful at it. And finally, I also teach people remote viewing and psychic perception. And this is about gaining information about people, places, and things, either in the present moment or sometime in the past or about to happen in the future. And this can also help us with our decision making. It can actually help with investing or wagering, or it can just show us once again that we are connected with each other, with our planet, with our universe, with our own inner reality across space and time, and that those boundaries of past and future really aren't boundaries at all, but they're just perspectives. So I guess I'll stop there. That's a lot, but hopefully it gives you a chance to learn about my personality, what my values are when I teach people and work with them in person or in the online courses. I take all this work very personally, and I really look forward to working with you in the future. Thanks for watching.